Gyra, you are love.
Okay, all right. Before you do that, there we
you
go.
are enough.
Facebook was trying to jip us, man.
What you mean?
It took them a while for us to go live.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all good. As long as we in here, because Gyra, you are enough.
What's that?
That's Maverick City's #1 hit, man.
Oh, well. Okay, I'm sorry.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Six? How you doing? What's going on, bro? What's up, McLennan? And then what's going on to Mario? He's got his it looked like he got his grandma hat on with some shade.
He may be drunk.
He may. He did.
Let me tell you something. You cannot talk to me. Me llamo Juan Julio. You cannot talk to me like that. You understand what I say, huh?
I hear you.
You cannot talk to me like that, huh?
I got you, Juan.
Okay, as long as you know the name. Me llamo Juan Julio.
Oh, okay. You could just go with Mario, you know.
We'll get to that later. Right now, me llamo Juan Julio.
Okay, Juan Julio. Okay,
this is how I be talking all show. I talk like this now.
You thought
talk like I used to talk. I talk like this now.
Okay. All right. This gonna be an interesting show.
Talk like this now.
What's up, everybody? Everybody put your 4s up, please. Welcome to the 4 Black Guys Show. Bam. Countdown with Mr. Lovejoy. But anyway, we appreciate you guys for coming in. We want you to hit the like. We want you to hit the share button. And if you're out there on YouTube, we want
Otro show de negro.
Negro.
Yeah. Negro being black, man.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're on you, it's gonna be a long night. If you're on YouTube, we want you to go ahead, hit subscribe, hit like, and then I want you to slaughter that notification bell so you are notified when we do go live. If you're on Facebook, everybody, we want you to go ahead and move on over to the YouTube page. The 4 Black Guys Show is what it's called on YouTube. So head on over there, guys, and let's go ahead and let's get this baby started. Lovejoy, how was your weekend, Doc?
Weekend or week?
Both of them, either one. Whichever one you want to talk about.
Well, I had surgery on my mouth.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's still hurting right now. They had to surgically remove. It's called the mole. Whatever that back tooth is, they had to remove it. I've been in pain for a month because I hate the doctors. And it was so unbearable. I finally had to go to the dentist.
Okay.
They took it out, and I was right back at work at 8:30.
Tashara ain't playing no games with you.
Let's crack that whip, boy. Crack that whip.
With you.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much that's how it is. You know, I'm an old pack mule. I work. I do what I'm told. And and so the week, man, I don't like to complain, man, but the week was extremely challenging for me.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed like the moon was close to the earth, and that magnetic gravitation pull, man. It seemed like everybody that was hooked on stupid showed their colors this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I even today was extremely challenging, man. Mm-hmm. But other than that, you know, I thank and praise
or sick days.
Or sick days, yeah.
Dang.
I thank and praise the Lord for being here one more time. I thank and praise the Lord for waking me up this morning. I thank and praise the Lord for starting me on my way. I thank and praise the Lord that the blood still running warm in my veins.
It's Shabaya.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, I will bless the Lord at all times. Just praise Him to be in my mouth. My soul will boast in the Lord. But this is what I have to do. But anyway, man, I won't complain, man. Again, I think I said this to you guys, and I'll move on. When we pray and ask God for certain blessings, He doesn't give us the blessing. He gives us the opportunity to create the blessing for ourselves. And so I would not complain.
What up, Patrick?
I'm good, man. God's still good to me, and I'll rejoice in that. So,
all right.
That's kind of nice, I guess it's going to be.
James,
Tashara said no PTO or sick days, Love Joe.
yeah, we already.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't listen to Shaw half the time anyway. So I'm saying that on the show. He begging for my job tomorrow.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
you listen to her. You can stop telling that lie.
as the kids say, Cap.
Right.
Right. I got the little bad on the show though, don't I? I got that little bad on the show.
Okay, all right. We'll give you that one then.
Yeah, okay.
Tashara, you heard what he said.
Let's see. Oh, look, he's starting a mess.
Hey, let me get my phone so I can start texting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. You start apologizing now. Yeah, man, but it was good, man. It's good.
All right, James Fred, how was your weekend, sir?
Man, uneventful, brother. Nothing major. Just normal.
What up, Facebook?
Video editing and.
Can we get Marche to talk about her painting later on, because that's a really nice painting she's done, that new one behind you, sir.
Yes, I will.
Children's
birthday. Oh yeah, my son's birthday.
Wow! Wow!
Just throw the whole dude out.
I know, right?
Yes, son's birthday, 14. Absolutely. Listen, it's in the past. You know, I tend not to dwell in the past. You know
James,
what I'm saying?
James.
Yes, sir.
Stop.
Okay. All right, I'm done.
How old is your son, James? What birthday did he celebrate?
What's up, Josh?
Boy,
he's the youngest, so 14.
Dang.
He had to think about
that. He got to go through all of them. He's like Father Abraham over here.
Oh, okay. He's a regular Joe Jackson over here. Huh? Okay. You're not gonna call him Abraham. He's Joe Jackson. Okay. You got your little band together. Come on, Joe.
I wish them jokers would get together and do something too.
Well, their dad is heavy duty. They should.
Right. He should have a rap career now, heavy duty.
I mean, what's going on, Jay?
What's up, J Matt? All right, Juan Julio, tell us about your weekend, vacation, birthday, all that.
Yeah, man. So I am back from my vacation, and I had a great times. Very great times for my birthday, which was July 2nd, or July 2. So,
bro, you Mexican or Australian? Which one you got going on?
No.
We're trying to figure it out.
No, Cuba.
Okay.
Cuba. So I had a great time. Went to Miami's. Smoked the cigars. Had the drink. Ate the food. I had a wonderful time. Swam on the beach.
You swam on the beach? You was
swam on the beach in the sand. Yes, in the sand. Yes. Yeah. Had a great time. Came back to Birmingham. Went back to work Tuesday. Worked like a Hebrew slave. If that's not a racial slur, I hope it's not. Up until worked like an African slave. How about that? I can talk about me and mine. And then this weekend was my club's 50th anniversary, and it was nonstop work. So been a busy weekend. I actually didn't make church this morning.
No, you heathen.
Oh, bro.
You are a heathen.
No. So
let's join hands. Let's pray.
See right there. Let me stop you, players and playettes. The deal with that is for y'all know I have hand cramps. I think I've said that on the show. I have severe hand cramps. And I think it's heat activated.
It's what activated?
Heat, extreme heat, stuff like that. I was in extreme heat yesterday for like a long time.
So you telling me that your hands are cramping because of extreme heat?
That's one of the things that brings them on. And it's probably has more. I know you're trying to be smart, but that's hard for you. So let me just say, yes, the extreme heat, because I was dehydrated, so I made sure I drank a lot of water. But you know, when they decide to come on, it decides to come on, and there's kind of nothing you can do. You just got to sit it out. So for 12 hours, my hands were cramping. I didn't sleep last night because it was waking me up in my sleep.
Right.
And it didn't let up until about 11 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
So I was en route to church and had to get off on 17th Street and circle back to the house. And yeah, just like that.
So
anyway,
your hand was able to turn the steering wheel.
Oh, so you gotta understand. Look, his hand look like this, so you can grab the steering wheel like this.
Oh,
actually, with y'all smart so-and-sos, I was actually driving with the palm of my hand to try to keep my hands straight to keep them from cramping.
Right.
So I was flexing my muscles this way and driving literally with the palm of my hand.
So he had his hands up, Lovejoy. He was worshiping.
Yes.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Right.
All the way in.
And the heat brought this on.
Oh boy.
Where are you going with this?
No, I'm just trying to get information. That's all.
Well, you know, you have to pay attention to the factors around it. I can't drink a lot of coffee. I love coffee. If I drink coffee, that agitates it. If I'm in extreme heat for long periods of time without ample fluids, that agitates it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mario. I'm not sure if you like this, but have you learned that the older you get, there's certain things we can't eat anymore? Our body just don't tolerate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm quite sure Mario has seen that as old as he's gotten. I'm certain.
That was you set that one up for him, Love Jordan.
I'm certain.
Hey, I said though for me, man, I think I forgot what I ate yesterday. I had gas like nobody business. I was walking and you know how you have a walking farts? I was like an old man just
Hey Tony, you was crop dusting?
I was, man.
Oh my God!
You wasn't at the office, were you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was walking down the hall. I was like, Then I got on the elevator. I said, I sure hope nobody gets on this elevator.
Yeah, that happens. Like for pork. For me, I eat a lot of pork.
Oh, okay.
It's milk. It's diet. It's
I don't even eat milk, drink milk anymore. So that
no,
I don't even drink milk anymore.
It's gotten so bad I can't even drink almond milk now.
Dang.
I never liked it.
Wow. Well, welcome to the 4-0 Black.
Hey, ain't nobody ever said we were spring chickens around here now. Nobody ever said we were spring chickens. Let me tell you how I really felt though. I went and got some Olive Garden. Me and the wife and our waitress Capri, bless her heart, she's a student at A&M. They brought them down for the World Games thinking that they were going to be busier in the Birmingham area than they actually are. But she was first class. I had to give her shots out. A little 21-year-old black young lady. And what was I going with this story?
Oh, wow.
That's what happens when you get old.
Wow.
You lose your train of thought mid-sentence.
Dude, that wasn't even a train.
Wow.
Hey,
that was a subway.
It happens.
Maybe you need to go back to your accent, Mario.
Huh?
Maybe you need to go back to your accent.
Maybe I have to go back to one Julio.
Yeah, go back to your accent.
All right, y'all. It's 15 after. Let's go ahead and get through this.
I'm tired.
Oh, but Steve, how was yours, man?
Oh man, mine was easy breezy, man. This is spent the week working from home. Actually, this weekend, the wife allowed me to do nothing, so that's what I did.
You got permission to do
what?
nothing?
Yeah, man, didn't bother me at all. I even got back in bed on Saturday.
You did?
She walked in and didn't say nothing to me. I was laying in the bed, bro. I was shocked and amazed.
Wow.
That's it. Leave it right there.
I'm leaving right there.
Right. Yeah.
Let it ride.
I'm grateful because y'all know them honeydews come.
Yeah, they do.
Matter of fact, Let's not even talk about it.
Okay, all right. Shh.
I'll just say this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, what's our subject? Let's get off that quick. We can't stay there too long.
All right, guys. So as you know, we are going to we had a lot of questions about the black church this weekend. Me and Fred were talking, and she just said she'll never let it happen again.
Oh, that's the Facebook user.
That ain't gonna happen again.
Gotcha.
How I feel? I'm good, Carlton. I just got a little leftover cough, man, as y'all can tell.
But it's going around, Doc. It has spiked.
Oh, it's fast, dude. It's spiked.
It has spiked. Buddy of mine got it, and good buddy of mine got it, man. And he said he went to that 8 Ball and MJG concert. Everybody that he went with, all of them have it.
Dang.
All of them have it, and it was about 5 of them. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, that was close too close to somebody, man. But this new variant, it catches real quick. It don't hit you too hard, but it catches real quick and it catches on very fast. So if y'all out there in the public, man, make sure you mask up a little bit. It ain't gone. It's not gone, guys. It is not gone. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. I know people been, man, we had a lot of people logged in at one time, so they was like, nah, they ain't talking about that. But this is what we do, y'all. We let people come in, and we talk and let people and join in on the fun that we have. So now let's talk about it. Pastor John Gray, who has been in and out of the news for years now, is in the hospital. He has some what do you call those clots in his blood clots in his body, y'all. So big shout out to him. Let's pray for him. But as we know, John Gray has had his how should I put this?
He can't keep his peppernickel in his pants.
Well, it's not necessarily from what I've heard over the years. He ain't really getting it.
He ain't getting it.
He paying for it, but he ain't getting it.
He trying.
Oh, okay.
He trying. He ain't getting it. He trying.
He trying.
His game ain't tight because he keep getting caught.
Right. He's real bad at it. He really needs to stop. You really need to stop. He's bad at it. But so guys, we all come from churches, and we're going to continue on in this vein. But I want to stop right here because we all been in churches. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it right there. Why is it sometimes that we let pastors get away with what seems to be infidelity, and there's no repercussions for them?
You think it's no repercussion for him? Look at like what was let's go way back. Televangelist, was it Jimmy Swaggart? That was him and Tammy Faye. Which one was that?
Jimmy Swaggart.
Jimmy Swaggart.
His empire crumbled.
You think?
No, not Jimmy Swaggart.
Was it Jimmy Swaggart? He was married to Tammy Faye Baker.
No, that was John Baker.
John Baker.
That was Jimmy
Baker.
Women Bakers.
Yeah.
John Baker. That hurt him.
Yeah, he went to prison and all
that was because of money. It wasn't because of his infidelity.
Well, that was kind of like the chink in the armor that kind of started the downward spiral, didn't it? Did it not?
I think it was them embezzling.
Right.
Jim Baker.
Financial with Jim Baker.
Jim Baker. Well, that was one of the chinks in the armor then.
But John Gray is not the only black pastor that's been caught.
He is not. Who else?
What's and I could be mistaken. What's his name that's over there at New Birth now? Jamal Bryant.
Jamal Bryant. He's had his share too.
But see, was he ever married? I thought he's been single the whole time.
Man, he's been married, divorced. Now they dating again, and
really, I know he was dating Tweet at one time.
Huh?
I know he was dating R&B singer Tweet.
Yeah.
Tell you what I did last night.
I thought he's not with Tweet no more.
I thought he was back with the twins' mothers now.
Yeah, I don't know who he's with now.
Huh?
I don't know who he's with.
I'm so at the point.
But to answer your question, being a pastor, I don't think we necessarily get a pass. I think the black community hold their pastors in high regard, and they protect them.
That's right.
Yeah.
hold them high regards and what, bro?
and protective.
And they protect them.
Right. That I'll agree. I'm gonna say this, but hey, take it how you take it. Sometimes you can get church folk that are brainwashed, and they pastor can do no wrong, even when they do wrong.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's true.
They're gonna make excuses for pastor,
So, but I struggle because I've known some pastors that will sit people down over a thought of maybe doing something wrong. You know what I mean? We've all been to those churches that if you breathe wrong, you're gonna get sat down, and
you playing jazz keys and jazz chords and stuff. Yeah, you don't bring that mess up in here in our church. This place is holy.
Oh boy, I've been sat down a few times.
Why you go there, Tony?
Bring that mess in here.
I literally had a pastor said,
"Don't you bring that overflow spirit in here?
Bring that overflow spirit in the church."
Like, what?
Really? Literally, he said that. Don't you bring the overflow? You gonna play overflow on Saturday? Make sure you cleanse yourself Sunday morning.
Cleanse yourself, boy.
Wow.
I do.
But I'm like,
Ivory
B flat 7. I'm playing the same B flat 7. I'm playing with overflow.
It's a B flat 7. Major or minor?
It don't matter.
So, but to get back to your question, Steve, I think my position is gonna be different, man. Not that I'm excusing the behavior or saying anything like that. I've learned, because I've been in a position where Negroes talk about you and they say things about you, they lie on you. And I'm not saying that none of that is true, but I think my position is different. I would rather talk to him. Dr. Vernon told us something. You preaching and you're up here when you're preaching. When you get home, and I'm not excusing behavior, so y'all hear what I'm saying. You get home, you've been up here. You had gorgeous women saying, "Oh, Pastor, we drove 2 hours to hear you preach." And I mean, the anointing is evident in your life. Then you get home and you get dropped.
So you're saying there's no support at the house, is what you're saying?
In some homes.
So is that? I'm not saying that that's the reason why John Gray or whomever falls, but that would you say that's a substantial problem with some black pastors?
Well, pastoring is almost like policing, in the sense that you remember you were the nerd in school, and then you got a little authority behind you.
Oh yeah, the insecurity show up. So your
insecurity shows up. So in pastoring, and y'all know this, there is a level of influence and a level of power that we had. And what if you were that kid who never was able to spit game? And so you went through life like that. And then you got into ministry. Now you are thrust in a position of power, and everybody noticed you. Right. You are so anointed. You are so good. Pastor, oh, you're so good. And they touch you in the small of your back and realize that you still are human. Those things, and I don't care what the pastor said. I've been there. I've talked to pastors. I've counseled pastors who says that those thoughts were overwhelming. And so again, you get home, you get dropped like, okay, you know about it. You go in there and take the trash out.
Right.
John Gray. So now he's seeking attention because that's a high that he was on. And so he's looking for that high again. So he continues to go out to fulfill an insecurity that he's always had.
Right.
Okay, but that can go even across the board. It's not even pastors, man. I'm not moving away from that. I'm talking about a lot of husbands. And if the wives are you watching, if we got wives watching, women that are watching, and even single women, man, when your husband comes home from a long day's work, man, he's made himself vulnerable out to that world to any type of thing. And if you don't make home solid for him,
make it a soft place to land.
Soft place to land.
That's good, Mario. That's good. Soft place to land.
Man, that attention of another woman. See that I say it like this. I tell my wife she's beautiful every single day,
Mm-hmm.
so that no man can ever try.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So those words will bounce right off her. Some man say, hey, beautiful. My husband tell me that every single day.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to, all right, I'm getting off subject. Let's go back. So let's go back to the church. And I hear you, Tony. I hear what you're saying, man, that a lot of men of power attract certain things. And if they are not secure in who they are,
Well,
they can easily be influenced. Go ahead, Mario.
Well, look, I look at it like this. I'm piggybacking off of what Tony said. I just listened to an interview with Ty Tribbett, who is now a pastor of his own church. But when he first, he said he had been told how ugly he was all his life.
Was that what kept on stage?
Yeah, interview kept on stage. He was told how ugly he was all his life. Then he puts out his first, his album that, that went platinum or whatever it did. It was a big success. Now he's this big name in gospel music, this, that, and the other. And, somebody close to him started kind of getting in his ear. His wife is going through postpartum, and don't even want to look at him.
Right.
Then a close friend of theirs started telling him what he want to hear. "Ooh, I like the suit you had on. Ooh, it looked good on you. So now I wear another suit because somebody told me it looked good on me." Piggybacking off of what you were saying, Tony, I wasn't good with the women at one time. Now that I don't have to be, they come to me, they approach me.
Right.
Yeah.
And that makes it even more easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if y'all remember this, but when I was around, and y'all know who I'm talking about. When I was around Dad,
Mhm.
it was crazy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was crazy.
We do.
Yeah.
The amount of cakes that was baked and the amount of, "Oh, Pastor, I just want to sow into your life," and all of that kind of stuff.
I've
If
been
you
through
ever
this.
need somebody to talk to, Pastor, you can talk to me. And those things for a man, let's just be honest, guys, it's our ego. We like our ego.
We're ego driven. Men, period. We are ego driven.
So, and again, a lot of times if you don't have mechanisms and systems around you,
Right. Keep you in check.
dude, I would not let a woman touch me when I was done preaching.
Mm.
I would not let her touch me. You're open, you're vulnerable.
You're open, you're vulnerable. Yeah.
And so, man, I'm telling you, if the women in my church saw a woman there and they thought she was up to something, they would be on her after service. They'd be on her, just on her back, just looking at her like, "Okay, what's up? You ain't coming in about to destroy it now with my pastor. What's up with you?" Maybe be on.
What it is.
Yeah. And someone would actually say something. "Pastor's busy right now. How can I help you? Would you like to talk to our assistant pastor,
Right.
Pastor Tanya Teeters?"
I know you gonna throw the assistant pastor in the mix. Now he got to fight.
No. My assistant pastor was a woman.
Oh, okay.
Ding, ding, ding. That's
Gotcha.
how you win the fight right there.
All right, guys. So I want to go back to something else, man. Y'all pray for John Gray. He's going through, man. Hopefully they can get into his arteries and pull that clot out. It's a very dangerous thing. I had another.
They can't touch him.
Yeah. Oh, they can't?
From what Tashara said, they can't touch him. They can have him strapped down. He can't move. If he moves, the blood clot will kill him.
No.
They gotta get in there somehow and get that thing out. I had a friend of mine, and I think we know him, dude.
They give you a
Pastor
blood.
John Bibbs, man. He had some clots in his body coming from his leg all the way up, and they were able to get into that artery and pull those things out of him, man.
I thought they gave you like a blood thinner or something.
Well, and that's what I thought.
Yeah, they can, but I mean, if it's a danger to your body, yeah, they go in those arteries, man.
See, my ex-wife, when she hurt her knee, she ended up with clots that were traveling to her lungs. So they had to put that vena cava filter in her to catch the clots. And what they didn't tell you about the filter is that if they don't take it out after a certain time, it has to stay because it gets embedded into your walls of your chest.
Wow.
So she's stuck with it now, but yeah, they rushed her because she went and had an ultrasound done on her knee and her leg, and those clots were just floating. They just straight to her lungs.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll be praying for him, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So I want to go back to the thought of, as musicians, me and Mario, we play gospel music and we play secular, and oftentimes the church has a problem, like this one pastor had with me playing this B flat 7 chord, sounding like overflow, There's this other thing that the church does. It says, "You looking like the world." Why you looking like the world? A lot of people can't get into Kirk Franklin because he quote unquote looks like the world. And so I want to ask this question: what does looking like the world look like? Because my question is, I got on a polo shirt. I got Invicta watch on. Lovejoy has a North Face jacket on. You know what I mean? You got on Ray-Bans.
And I
y'all worldly, man. Y'all carnal.
All the world wears that stuff.
Right, man.
So if shall we not wear the I know I'm being ridiculous with it.
Right.
What does looking like the world look like? And how can we reach people if we don't look like
I really want to hear y'all answer to this.
Okay. From a musician standpoint, and I know this is going to kind of going into what we're talking about. The church stayed in a place way too long with music. To the point that when a Kirk Franklin came along and kind of did what he did with gospel music for the younger generation, we had been playing music that was steeped in the 50s. And we were well into the 90s and early 2000s by the time the sound changed. You understand what I'm saying? That's too long to sit in a genre and expect children who are listening to music of their era to appreciate that. You understand what I'm saying? That's too long. You trying to bring them up on what grandmama and them, great grandmama and them by that time had come up in church on. You can't expect them. You can't expect them to be able to connect with that.
So let me say this, right? When you continue your thought, the church jumped on Kirk Franklin because Kirk Franklin said that Maverick City music is the new gospel, is where gospel is going. And one of the main concerns was, is that really gospel music? Here we go. Is it really gospel music, or is it CCM or some hybrid, or is it not gospel because y'all look like the world?
Okay. My answer to that is, it is a genre of Christian music. It's not gospel. It is Christian music, but it's not gospel.
So what is gospel?
To me, gospel would be lean more to the traditional choir sounding stuff, or the quartets. The quartet is quartet. When you get into the golden age of gospel with your choirs, Mississippi masses, and all of that, the stuff that's steeped in the hard singing, you know, your 3-part harmonies, that to me classifies gospel music. What they're doing is CCM, or contemporary Christian music, on steroids.
Edwina, you gotta give me a little bit more than anointed music.
Yeah, anointed music.
There's a lot of music
because gospel music can be anointed, or is anointed, or should be anointed. You understand what I'm saying?
CCM could be anointed,
right?
We sing a lot of that in church now.
What is that, Steve? I'm
contemporary Christian music, which is typically white artists.
That is really, really sad. Okay, because I
was really sad
that you didn't know what CCM was.
I didn't know what that was.
Coming being
Woo, I've been on a while.
But I think it all falls.
So I'm gonna ask the people that are watching, what is gospel music? What is God? I need everybody to put in what they think gospel.
What do you think gospel music?
What do you think gospel music is?
Okay, and while they're doing that, the reason I was waiting is I want to hear you guys hear your answers. So most of y'all realize I pastor a very young, energetic, effervescent, conjovial church, and we had smoke
machines. Say smoke machines. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. I left that out there like that
because I was so finna jump on that one.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Welcome.
We had smoke machines, moving heads, LEDs, and I didn't preach behind the podium. My monitor was the confident monitor in front of me that tells me my scripture, and then it tells me over here what's coming up next. So what's coming up down here can pop on the screen behind me. So I was always ahead of myself. And then I had ear monitors because I didn't have monitors on the stage. Not the pulpit.
The stage.
But the stage.
That's why you're going to hell now.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to hell now. And to that, Steve, I was pumping gas one day, and the guy walked up to me. He said, "Hey, you that skinny jean wearing
looking like the world,
looking like the world, and you got them earrings in your ear and tattoos on your body." And I said, "Boy, you I think I told y'all this. Boy, you in the prostate." Prostate.
Huh?
He told me I was an apostate.
Apostate.
And I thought he was saying something was wrong with my prostate. And I said, "What's wrong with my prostate?"
I'm good. I can still pee if I need to pee.
I got a strong stream. Little did I know, when I got back to my office, I typed in prostate. What is a prostate in the Christian world? And it came up apostate. And that is a person who preaches a form of the gospel, but it is watered down. And because of my look, and because of the people we attracted, and because I told you you can drink coffee not in our sanctuary, but in our auditorium. And when you came in, it was walls was blacked out. You seen lights and stuff doing this. You seen smoke. And then another song come up, the lights turn red, and it's like, okay, is this church for real?
Lord.
Yeah.
Lord is soon to come.
And that's what it has moved to in a lot of these millennial, I call them millennial churches. It's moved to that now. It's more of a concert atmosphere, more of a stage presence atmosphere, more so than a traditional sanctuary with your pulpit and your choir stand behind it.
Right.
But the question is it gospel?
Is it gospel? It is Christian music, which under the umbrella of Christian music.
Well, my thing is, when people challenge what is gospel and what's not gospel, we got to go to what the definition of gospel is, which is what, Lovejoy?
The good news of Jesus.
So, is Maverick City music good news?
No.
Okay, come on, Mario.
No.
Tell me why.
No.
Tell me why. Why is Maverick City not good news?
If that's some good news, it puts me to sleep, sir.
Well, you go to sleep in church anyway.
No, whatever, Steve. Whatever. It puts me to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Maverick City.
Okay. Let me interject this. Because at one point they were saying Elevation music was not that of Stephen Ferdinand.
Yeah.
They were saying that his music. And then there was another church, Tashar, where's that church that they said that they used to go to the cemetery and conjure up spirits?
It's Hillsong.
Hillsong. They were saying that about their music.
Our God is greater. Our God is stronger.
Exactly. That's it.
Lord, you are higher than any other.
Our God is something.
What you gonna say? Next,
awesome in power, our God.
I was saying Hillsong will put you to sleep.
Hillsong
was some serious worship music for me.
That does not answer my question.
Okay, what
is your question?
Is it gospel? Yes, it's gospel music.
No, it's not.
By its just straight definition.
No, it's not.
It is gospel music.
No, it's not.
Tashara listens to Maverick. Every time I get in her car, she always listens to Maverick City. Tashara, is Maverick City gospel music? Because I don't listen to that. I don't listen to that.
No, it's CCM. And see, I think if you're a musician,
Belter does the grave soaking. That's who it was. Belter does the grave soaking.
Right. And if you are a musician or you're a person in music we think about genres because that's how the radio classifies you in genres. So by the classical definition of that word, as far as the market is concerned, that's not gospel music. Gospel music is typically sung by Black people. Let's go there. It's typically sung by Black people.
Now. Okay.
It sure is. By Black people, and I have no problems with it. Sung by Black people, typically with a choir. Unless you're talking about,
I'm gonna mess you up now, but Hosanna had a choir when we was playing Hosanna back in the early.
We just did that, Steve. That wasn't typical.
It was Ron Canoli. He had a choir.
Hey, Ron Canoli was Black, but he. And
them white people was all beat when they were moving. So
Ron Canoli didn't fit in anything gospel.
Brooklyn Tab.
Nope, that wasn't gospel.
That wasn't gospel.
I really am being messy because
I know you are.
Because I can't. I know for certain that Maverick City is not
gospel music.
Gospel music. It is
okay. So can we do this?
Let me finish.
Okay.
I would classify. See, this is the problem with gospel music, and this is the problem with that I feel with church. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Y'all can get mad at me. You can send me emails. I don't care. I won't answer them. The problem is the church, like Mario was saying, gets stuck. And the church says it has to be this way or nothing else. You know what I'm saying? That's why I brought up the whole you look like the world. You look like the world. Because it does not line up with the formula of how I think church should be. And that's the problem. Because if the church does not change, if the church does not move and evolve to incorporate young people, it is doomed to fail.
That's happening now.
And that's my point. It is doomed to fail. And because the church says that's not gospel music or I don't like it, that might be your problem. That might be why, like Mario said, you can't do Amazing Grace to young folk.
They don't connect with it the same.
Connect with it. It's a whole different.
Tell little baby to handle that thing. You got it.
Oh my God!
Tell little baby to handle Amazing Grace. He'll put it out there for.
I mean, for real though.
It's crazy.
People had problem with Edwin Hawkins.
Yep. Because he moved gospel into a 70s sound.
They had a problem with Andre Crouch.
Because he moved gospel into a 70s sound.
The Clarks.
Go back even further. Mahalia Jackson. They had a problem with her.
She was singing the blues.
Right.
And had opportunities to sing the blues and turned it away.
Yeah. Mariah, I'm inclined to agree with you. The 12 disciples, they looked like the world. Everybody was wearing robes.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Marvin Day Peter.
Say that again.
Can I trip you out?
I'm simply a modern day Peter.
Can I trip y'all out? What? Why did your boy Judas have to kiss Jesus?
Because he looked like everybody else.
Because he looked like everybody else.
The
Roman soldiers didn't know what
didn't know who he was. Right. He didn't.
All right, so Steve, let's do this. Let's go back a little history of the church.
Come on, Peter. Are you Simon Peter?
So answer this for me, musicians.
Come on.
Where did music come from in the church? Where did music come from in the church anyway? For us to start classifying it as being gospel, classifying it as being these different categories. Where did music come from anyway?
How far back are you talking about?
Right. That's what I want. How far back you want to go?
Let's try this. The second century.
The second century. That's a great question. I'm gonna go ahead and let you give me that one. Then
Gregorian chants and stuff like
that.
No. Constantine, the Roman emperor, deemed music in the church. Watch this. He was a pagan emperor who had become converted
to Christianity.
And says, you know what? If we're going to do this Christian thing, let's have church buildings, let's have music, let's have flags, let's have all these things to celebrate who Jesus is. Mm-hmm. So we get our idea and our ideology from a pagan emperor. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Because there were no churches. Constantine now incorporates this thing called church. Remember, you're the ecclesia, you are the church. Mm-hmm. It is not a building. Worship comes from who? You.
Us.
The right. Ecclesia.
Ecclesia. Now, all of those things you were calling out that he wanted to bring into church was stuff that was happening where? In the world.
In the world.
You see what I'm saying?
He
incorporated it into church.
Now, here we go. Are you ready?
For You, I Will, basically is a gospel song. That's all.
Are we ready to transition?
Nope.
Well, and one last point, Steve, to that.
Yes, sir.
I think the church is going to become antiquated and archaic if they don't develop a mindset of being flexible. If they don't, however, our methods should change, but the methodology should change, but our theology should stay the same.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there has to be a deconstruct of our current theological construct.
Mm-hmm.
That is a major word now. Deconstruction.
Deconstruction.
Major word.
But what you just said, Tony, is happening. It's happening whether we want it to happen or not. And you get old folk like me that I don't really like the direction that music is going in the church.
Because you old.
But it's happening whether I want it to or not. So it is happening. Church will continue to evolve, and people like
me. Do you think, Mario, we've evolved?
Yes, it's evolving, because when me, you, and Steve were in the beginnings of that non-denominational movement here in Birmingham, mm-hmm. It was different than what Birmingham was, a traditional church atmosphere at that time.
They gave Steve Green hell.
They gave him hell. That's a cult over there. That's this over there. And they said then God is doing a new thing. And that was a new thing because Birmingham was still steeped in that civil rights era of church.
I want to ask James a question. James, have you found it that the church is more, you being a tech guy, mm-hmm. have you found that the church has become more relevant in integrating more technology? And I'm going to tell you why I asked that, but being in your position, has the church become more relevant in integrating technology into its service?
Yes. They've attempted to. The problem has been is older pastors that have tried to move forward, but still have that mindset. So they're still stuck. They want to go back to the way things were. I've seen it in churches that I've been to. You start off trying to move them forward. Okay, we've got to get online. We've got to do this thing. We've got to, upgrade the lighting, get some presence up there with you, but they're stuck. So they look at somebody like you, Lovejoy, up there with your fog machine and your skinny jeans and your lights flashing and all that.
Going ahead.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They swear up and down. They would look at you and say, "Oh, that's nice, but he is doing too much."
That's exactly what they said, James.
You know what?
Doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what turned this whole thing around?
What?
The pandemic. Because people that were preaching online, like when I started my ministry and I was online, I knew pastors that would say online preachers are the devil. You don't need to listen to them. They're not real preachers. They had all that. But then what happened?
Everybody had to go.
Everybody had to go online.
They had to go online.
Well,
all right, but check this, guys, before we move on. I asked James that question because James, our church was growing. We had saw over 519 first-time visitors in 1 year. And so I decided, I said, y'all know what I want to do? I want y'all to buy me this machine called a holograph machine. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to preach service on a Saturday night. And because James is my tech guy, you can put a holograph of me on the stage, and I'm not even there. They was like,
Lovejoy, you're doing too much.
This nigga try to rap with Tupac. He's trying to rap with Tupac.
Hey, wait, when he's talking, I'm thinking, I'm like, didn't they do that with Tupac?
Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
And that's where I got the idea from, Mario.
Okay.
But it was going to be cool because younger folks were like, I'm going just to see that.
Right.
I was drawing them in by discovery, and then I was preaching Jesus to them. Make no mistake about it. I was still doing the work of the ministry, and I could have been somewhere else preaching at another location while my holograph is still there. And you would have thought I was there.
Right.
That's big thinking. That ain't too many churches gonna think of that.
Right.
They're still in the traditional mindset.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think now a lot of churches, a lot of our traditional churches in this area, if they're not dead, they are on life support.
Absolutely.
And a lot of there are more now contemporary ministries in this area than it was 15 years ago.
What had to?
That's my point,
bro. I
so
mean, go ahead. I'll let you.
Those churches that refuse to jump the bandwagon or would jump the bandwagon, those churches are going to be dead here in the next 5 years, 5 to 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're looking at these churches that are popping up like, what is it? All Nations. I don't want to get nobody no shout out, but it's whatever. A lot of these ministries are popping up are what we have been seeing happen across the country. Right. And that's that now. And they are piggybacking off of the movement that happened in the late 80s, early 90s with the MTCs and the Warriors of the Word and the faith chapels. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? They have taken that and moved that to the next level in what, 20 years?
Yeah.
20, 30 years?
Can I deal with that?
What?
It just said it sounds like a Tupac performance. It was not a performance. I'm still preaching Jesus.
Right. Just as a hologram.
As a hologram. The gospel, watch this, the gospel is still being spread, but not with my towel right from my face.
It don't work. It don't work.
Gospel.
It don't work.
I'm leaving
that's not gospel.
And I'm leaving and I'm pulling my ear down. That don't work for Mario's daughter's generation. You got to be saying something of substance. Matthew 25. When I was hungry, watch this. When I was hungry, you fed me.
Right.
When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. Jesus, when did we do all that? Well, you've done it for the least of these, my brother. You've done it for me. That's that generation that's coming in now, the eschatological text, dealing with the end time. You can't do that anymore. So it wasn't a performance. I was there to introduce them to Jesus in a very real and relevant way. So one of performance.
Can I say this? All that ear holding and hocking, is that not a performance?
That's a performance.
Hey man, we ain't gonna talk about the ear hocking episode. It's the Reverend J.S. Ayrton used to take us into a frenzy when I was a little boy.
And the reason I say that now, check, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, y'all. If the man says, I feel my help coming now.
Yeah.
I'm about to close.
Yeah.
And that's when they tune up. Does not then that becomes a performance?
Great performance.
Hey man. Okay, if he says something of substance, doing the poetic form of his message, and then he closed strong, Steve, I'm still all for that.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
But I'm just saying,
love a good close.
Hey, that hit me right where I like it.
Yes, sir.
I understand that, but what we call performance nowadays, because of the lights, the smoke, and all that, was not the tune up.
Well, yeah.
I'm just asking questions.
You're right.
Okay, man. Yes, it was a performance. No, I'm gonna give you what you're looking for.
There's some jokers out here pull it. And
Hey,
when they said something
control.
and then turn around,
Watch
and they
this.
pull it, dude, you had every dime in my pocket.
Watch this.
Wow.
James Fred,
Sir,
Pastor Dixon can pull one.
can go.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here thinking that.
Doc,
Pastor Dixon can start hooting, boy, and tear you down. Like
Pastor
for
Dixon
real.
will hoop you under a table. You hear me? But he don't do it much.
No,
Right.
he don't do much no more.
He don't do it. He purposely does not do that anymore. You know.
Because it's entertainment. It stirs emotion.
Stores
Right.
emotion.
Okay,
Right.
so this new generation that's coming, that's here now, you're not stirring their emotions. We did all that. That was for y'all, you Mario, James, and Steve generation. We want some of substance. We want to know, how are you helping the community?
Mhm.
Bam. That's how they hitting us now. What you doing? What you doing with the money?
Right. Where the
Money
money
you buying
going?
a Bentley? Oh, you building a bigger house or a bigger church? And there's people out here who's hungry.
Mm.
That's what the generation's saying now. So we can't continue to play the same games.
These
Guys,
jokers they done read the scriptures, they dissected them, then put an exegesis on them.
yes, sir.
They looking at you like, okay,
Oh,
y'all sounded good.
guess what? It was tripped out because one day, when the lights are on you really can't. Camera lights are on, you really can't see out in the audience.
That's
Right.
good,
My
man.
audience was dark. You couldn't see who was sitting out there.
Mhm.
Well, guess what? I learned that most of the people who came to my church, and this is hypocrisy here, they didn't have Bibles. They had
They
phones.
had that.
Grab the phone.
Look,
Wait.
is it gospel?
We not gonna go down. We not. I want to continue forward.
Is it gospel?
That's not what it was.
Okay.
All right, so now look, I want to go back.
No, it ain't gospel. It's
Right.
contemporary Christian.
Right.
Now,
I want to go back to this one. Old people won't allow change.
Woo.
Said by Mr. McLennan.
Uh,
Recently, a prominent preacher.
come on.
Nice segue, Steve. Good one. Good.
Thank you. I do this. This is what I do.
This what he do.
A prominent preacher of Mr. Creflo, $1,
$8.
has now said that his doctrine and his preaching on the tithe,
Here we go.
on the tithe was incorrect.
You rolling the sleeve up. You pulling your sleeve up.
He said,
boy. I can't wait to hear what Lovejoy got to say.
that's why we starting this. You notice the whole theme has been about church. I want y'all to pay attention to it. Now we're coming down to the crux stuff.
Ooh,
I'm about to close. All right, here we go. So he has now said that all his tapes, all his books, all his CDs tossed in the trash because of his doctrine and his teaching on tithe was incorrect. I'm gonna leave this wide open right now because if you've watched it, you've watched it. And if you haven't watched it, you really need to watch it. You really do need to watch it. But old people won't allow change.
That's true. That's true, McLaren.
Go for it, guys. What are your thoughts?
Reverend. I'm gonna let Reverend have that one.
Number one, let me just say this, and I hope he watches this. Pastor Creflo.
Steve, put him up, Steve. Put him up.
I want to see my brother on this. I really do.
Okay.
I wanna
All
see
right,
y'all.
go ahead. Go ahead.
But first of all, let me just say this: Pastor Creflo, $8. If you ever watch this, you know I love you. Back in the 90s, when I was at New Life Interfaith Ministries, Pastor George A. Matthew is one of his spiritual sons. I got a chance to be around Pastor Creflo Dollar, and I know his heart is right, regardless of what people say. He's a man who gives a lot. And I want to say personally, sir, I commend you to be able to stand up with a national audience like that and to correct your error and tell people when you're wrong. That's what the gospel signifies for me. So to stand up and say that you were in error and that you were wrong, and to throw away something and to come back and clear it up, I commend you, sir. Okay, now let's talk theology. I've always said that we did not live under the Mosaic law, so tithing did not apply to us. Tithing has been taught from a place of guilt and fear. Because if you did not tithe, you was cursed with a curse. If you did give, then the Malachi 3, that God will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you wouldn't have room to receive. That was under the old law, the Mosaic. And some will argue that because Moses now gave a 10th portion to Melchizedek, that still applies in the New Testament in Hebrew. And it doesn't.
They found a way to try to connect it.
They found a way, and guys are still doing it. However, we're under grace. And that's what Pastor Creflo Dollar was talking about, the grace teacher. We now live under grace, that Jesus became the fulfillment of the law.
Okay.
So we're no longer under Mosaic law. We're now living under grace. Now watch this. Because they was teaching and the disciple was going out preaching, they did this. They brought everything to the church because they thought Jesus was coming back, and it was called grace giving. We would call it today socialism.
That way?
But it was like me, Mario, Steve, and James. We were the 4 rich guys, so we brought all our wealth to the church. So if John Doe didn't have anything, we were equal in our stance. What Pastor Creflo Dollar did, I understand that once he discovered the grace teaching, and it's not the watered down version where I'm sending you to hell, but we are under grace. Should we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. And so I just want to commend Pastor Creflo Dollar. I love you, sir. I'm glad you did that. And I think a lot of us, rather than attacking him, saying, well, maybe you need to give these people a refund of their money back, I think people need to hear the message and what he says. And maybe we can get some clarity and some understanding to that. That's my point.
Old people won't allow change. Go ahead, Jay Fred.
So another prominent preacher, bishop, gave his statement about it. And y'all know me, I don't care. Bishop Ivy Hilliard.
How about you might as well go and say it.
Right.
Did a video about it. And I've never been an Ivy Hilliard fan. I haven't. And Bishop this one, he really upset me. For one, he did a few things. For one, he did wordplay. He kept referring to it as the tithing principle. And we know that tithing was not a principle, is not a principle. And he made pretty much just straight false statements. Said that, Creflo was telling people not to tithe. And he never said that. He never said don't tithe or you shouldn't tithe or anything.
That's why I'm saying y'all need to go watch it before you start making assumptions.
Right.
Watch what the man said. The man never said stop tithing. Never said it.
And Ivy Hilliard just kind of, then at the end of that, he started attacking the man's character. Saying that he had to, now he's got to question his integrity and question other things that he's taught and this kind of thing. And me and Steve was talking about it, and Steve even said, so we're not allowed to grow.
Right.
That's
right.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? This is a man who grew into and I'm like, you Lovejoy, this man stood up in front of the nation.
Right.
And said, I was wrong.
I was wrong.
Right.
For 30 years, y'all, I've been wrong. Don't listen to any of that past stuff I said. How many other preachers would do that?
Come on.
Mister, I need $50,000 to replace a helicopter blade on my helicopter.
Oh, y'all knew about that? Because he actually did that.
Yeah, Ivy Hill, yeah. So my thing is, I've got to see, and listen, we all know this. A person who tithes is not going to stop tithing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they believe that they should tithe, and that's what they've been taught most people are going to keep doing that. So I got to look at some of these pastors who decided to run out and now preach these tithing messages to try to make sure the people. What are your motives? You want to question Creflo Dollar? What are your motives now?
They're doing damage control, James.
We know that. We know that.
Are you now scared that
you haven't been teaching right?
Right. And Creflo about to mess up that good thing.
There you go. That's where we going.
So watch this. It's a domino effect because if we start talking about tithing, we also have to start talking about first fruits. We also have to start talking about offerings and what they mean. We also have to start talking about heave offerings.
See, they don't want to teach about all that. That take too much time, Lovejoy.
Yeah, but I'm saying for those that are, you're messing up their good thing because
I understand that, Lovejoy, but you're wasting time. Just bring the tithe in. Well, I don't want to teach about all them festivals and all them givings and all that. I don't want to teach that.
But to my point, James, to my point, Steve, that's what a lot of pastors was teaching, the heave offering. Well, the Levite was standing in the circle and he would heave the offering in the air. Whatever fell in the circle belonged to the priest.
Right.
So you begin to mess that stuff up because they bring old ideas and make them, and they bridge them to contemporary ideas. So guess what? Now I got to go back and do damage control because Creflo, you got a national voice. You about to mess up.
Right.
You finna mess up my money.
About to mess up.
Call it like it is. Shit.
Get your hand up.
Get your hand on my pocket.
If you go and watch a lot of these preachers that have talked about Creflo Dollar, they have never dealt with. They won't deal with the scripture. They won't deal with the doctrine. They'll tell you what they disagree with. They disagree with him and how he did it, but they won't comment on his exegesis of the doctrine.
They won't.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that's fine. You telling me you disagree? All right. Tell me where he's wrong in the doctrine. Then. Tell me where he's wrong in the text. And you can't do that. So just giving me your opinion on the matter is, I get it. You believe people are supposed to tithe. You believe we're under that mandate, but the scripture doesn't support it. So,
and also, guys, we're talking about the Black church as a whole. We're talking about gospel and things like that. Do you know that he went against what his spiritual father, Kenneth Copeland, said?
Bruh.
Bruh,
that's what I'm wondering. Because when I watched him and he said he's falling out with other preachers and good friends. He has been fell out with him. But I'm like, dude, you are hitting Kenneth Copeland square in the mouth.
And that's his son.
Right.
So
hold on. Did you fall out with Kenneth Copeland during the Trump administration? Y'all remain friends?
Well, he did then, because remember, Killer Mike went to his church and did an interview. And he started talking about the politics of the Black church. And he said that Black people would rather hear a white man rather than the Black truth.
That's what Creflo said to Killer Mike.
That's what Creflo said to Killer Mike.
Ouch.
Whoa.
They would rather hear a white man rather than the Black truth.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. That's rough.
You know?
Wow. Well, I'm like, Steve, you ain't asked me, but ask me the question. What's the question?
You don't even know the question. So how you go? Never mind. Go ahead, Steve.
I don't remember the question, but tell me your thoughts and feelings, sir.
Wow, ain't that so? Well, I have a question.
Okay.
Creflo told these folk to burn his tapes and his books and his stuff. Is you gonna get all these people his money back?
No, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
Let's see.
Why wouldn't he?
That's all. I just want to know. I mean, if I'm gonna burn this stuff, I mean, am I gonna get my money back?
He didn't say burn. He said throw it away or give it away.
Don't matter how it goes.
Yeah, throw it away. He said throw it away.
Why? Right? Why would he give it away if he's trying to kill the doctor? You know.
Now, that is irrelevant to what's going on. He is not going to give that money.
I want my money back. I spent money on it.
Hey, come on.
Watch this, Mario. Watch this. Here's what I would say to that: if you gave with the purpose of a pure heart, God is going to honor your heart.
Thank you.
Not that I'm looking for a refund as though I'm giving taxes to the government.
Mm-hmm.
Man looks at the outward appearance, but it's God that judges the intent of a man's heart. So if you gave it with the intent that I'm going to honor God and the principle of obedience, then I'm not looking for a refund.
Okay.
Seed time and harvest is a principle that will work regardless.
It is, but let me break it down to me just the more simplistic way of it. If you go to a church every Sunday, you enjoy the lights, you enjoy you enjoy the music and all of the stuff that goes along with the atmosphere of being in church on a Sunday morning. In order for all of that stuff to continue, you have to contribute to the house.
Period.
You like coming into this nice air conditioning church with lights and the nice walls and then whatever, all of this other, stuff.
Hey, watch this. Accoutrement.
A what?
Accoutrement.
What is that?
That means
they not culture. It means that they not culture. Keep
okay. I'll leave it there.
Ain't culture. I don't know what it means.
Right. So that has to be paid for. It takes money to maintain that stuff. If your church is doing well in the community and doing things in your community and making a difference, that takes money. So just on that level, that basic level alone, lights, water, gas, air conditioning and good singing and some good preaching. Boop, gonna give a little something out there wallet so we can come back next Sunday and do it.
Well, Creflo did teach. He taught about proportional giving, like what Paul taught.
Right.
You should be giving in proportion to what you make. If you look at somebody like John MacArthur said a tenth. If everybody in his church paid a tithe, it wouldn't be enough to sustain his church. They preach proportional giving. In other words, you need to be giving in proportion to what you make, which in most cases is going to be more than just a tenth of what you make.
Dang, look at McLennan. McLennan knew the look amenities. You are
amenities.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, he got something in that head now.
Yeah, he knew what accoutrement means. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
So why couldn't y'all just say amenities?
Because we want you to go find it for yourself.
He got something in that head.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. See, that's what I'm talking about, right? That's why black folks can't make it in this world.
Right, because they always looking for a handout. Hey, brother, can you hook a brother up?
Right there, man. Right
there. So that's me and my baseline answer to it, man. If you come into a church that's making a difference in your life and your community, and giving you relief on a weekly basis from your weekly tragedies that go on and go forth, why not give to that ministry?
Tragedies
yeah,
I'm in place.
That's my favorite song.
Is that gospel?
That's
gospel.
That's
all day, every day.
Hey, can I honestly, guys? Yeah. I knew this wave of, can I call it the prosperity gospel? I knew that this was going to be a wave.
This is going to be a what?
It was going to be a wave.
Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was going to come and then it was going to back off. I knew it, just like everything else pertaining to the church, like the charismatic movement was a wave.
Absolutely.
Came and then now.
Name it and claim it.
Name and claim it. Came.
Right.
Back off. And then we started scrutinizing people like Carlton Pearson. We started scrutinizing other people. We're almost scrutinizing Pastor Creflo Dollar like we scrutinized Carlton Pearson. The gospel of inclusion is what we're going to start calling what Pastor Creflo Dollar did to justify our ignorance.
Wow. That's a big leap, bro. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, Carlton Pearson was on a whole.
Carlton Pearson was a whole thing, bro.
He was making. Remember how he started off?
Yeah, he married that woman.
It was a woman. It was a woman.
It was a woman.
Okay,
it was that woman he married. Messed him.
Notice how he started off. He didn't start off just saying that there's no hell. He didn't start off by saying that. He started off talking about we are experiencing hell here on earth. Then his doctrine began to expound. Then he started preaching the gospel of inclusion. And I'm saying not that Creflo is going to go that way, but we're going to start treating him that way because he has a national voice. And to justify our ignorance and to make sure he doesn't sabotage things that we had going on as pastors, we're always going to buck the system. And we're going to say, don't listen to him, or y'all turn your TVs off, or then we're going to do what James said. We're going to have a strained eisegesis, not exegesis, a strained eisegesis. And they're going to justify with theology. And y'all know preachers have been doing it for years. Talking about they gamble for Jesus' clothes because he was so rich. Y'all remember that foolishness?
Yeah.
At one point. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is not the end. And the more Pastor Creflo Dollar speaks, now people are going to really be listening to see what he's going to say next about this gospel of grace now. So that's what I believe. I've been waiting.
He's basically pushed his career up a notch, you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The first Sunday he did it was June 26th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That next Sunday, he had a packed house.
Packed them out.
Well, the World Dome is always packed though.
No. And if you looked at when he was preaching that first message, it was sparse. That Sunday after that, they showed the second Sunday, packed out.
I done ran around the World Dome a couple of times. Every time I've been there,
I believe it. I've been in there one time.
Yeah, you know how they used to do that run.
Yeah,
just take off and run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I done ran around that baby. By the time you get back to your seat, you tired. you ain't really in the seat.
Oh, that was.
But anyway, I'm just saying. Some people think he's subscribing to syncretism, then other people are subscribing to dogmatism. Syncretism, where everything is right. Dogmatism, where this is facts. You're not going to heaven unless you do this, this, and this.
Right.
So some people think he's subscribing to syncretism now, that he has finally went over on the dark side.
Well, I'll say this, man, and
so he's Darth Vader right now.
Darth Vader.
Oh, dude, he
with two private jets.
He in folk pocket, dude. A lot of folks is pissed at him because he in get your hand out of my pocket, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let me say this, guys. Like you were saying, Tony, I'm just happy that a minister and a man of God can actually admit he was wrong.
Right.
That is a huge. Do you know how much of a huge? It's bad enough as sinners we come to church. We don't want to admit that we were sleeping with this woman that wasn't our wife last night.
Ooh.
But you have this man of God saying, "Yo, I messed up, and I messed up a long time." That shows growth, man. And if we can't, and if God can forgive us of sleeping with this woman, of stealing pens, or whatever we did to grow, we should afford this man this opportunity to grow.
Excuse me.
And when we stop letting people grow, we hold them just like gospel music. We hold things as a church without letting it go. And we get stagnant with it. All right, guys. Anything else y'all want to say to wrap up?
Okay, in regards to like that music stuff, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I heard Pastor E. Dewey Smith say this: if we're gonna start criticizing the music in the church and criticizing people who wrote the song, whether they be gay or not, for every gay song, for every song that was written by a gay person, you might well go ahead and shut the doors of your church.
Shut it down.
Right.
Hold on. Let's go and take it way back. Let's be serious. Let's go back to the Father Gospel. Thomas Dorsey wrote all these gospel songs, all them hymns y'all love, and y'all, oh Lord, thank you. Blues
artist.
Blues.
Thomas Dorsey was a blues artist.
So come on, y'all.
Yeah. And we are selective in our judgment when it don't hit us square in the chest.
Right.
As long as it hits you, we good.
I don't care for Maverick music. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't care for most CCM. I don't care for it. right? But I cannot say it's not a God.
Right.
I can't say that.
Right.
And I can't say it's not gospel music. I tell you what, they Southern gospel. Jesus Christ, them Gaithers, y'all can keep all that. Look, they call it Southern gospel.
Southern gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all remember this particular pericope of text where the disciples came and they said to Jesus, they said, "Hey Jesus, there's a dude over there casting out devils in your name." Watch this. Here's the caveat. He don't look like us.
Right.
He don't look like us, Playboy.
Jesus said, "Where is he?" There he is over there, Jesus. He's not part of the clique.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus was smooth in his answer. He looked at the boys. He said, "Is he against us?" "No, Jesus, but he casting out people in your name. He don't look like us. He ain't wearing the slim fitted European cut suit with the gator shoes on."
He ain't wearing the new cloth sack.
No, he ain't wearing it. Matter of fact, he looked like John the Baptist. He eats money and he looked crazy. Jesus said something interesting. He says, "Leave him alone. Because if he's not against us, he's for us."
He's for us.
I'm saying that with the gospel music, just because it doesn't look like us and what we are used to.
Come on, man.
Who gives us the right to start judging a person when their heart is right and they're just trying to lead people to Jesus?
Right.
In a very unorthodox way. Jesus would say to you church folks, leave him alone.
Right.
Right.
Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Go back to that comment that Mac put up there. What he said, old folk what? What was the comment?
Let me find it. Hold on.
Old folk don't allow change.
Old people won't allow change.
Watch this. Yes, they do. You know why?
Why?
Because we the old folk now.
We are the old folk.
We
now.
are the old
That's
folk. in
crazy.
church.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
We're the
man.
old folk in church now. So
And look, and we were the forefronts. We were the forefronts of the
that's what I'm saying. 25 years ago, we were on the new thing.
Yes, sir. We was the hot thing. We was hot
25
thing.
years later, there's a new thing happening.
right.
And so what do? We either join in
Yes.
or fall back. And the choice is yours. I'm not going to speak against it. I'm not a fan of it.
Me neither.
But if that's what's working for this generation, it is what it is. Let them have it. I can always go back to my old tapes. And look,
Mario, you the old.
Shut up.
Shut up. Church now.
Shut up.
Okay.
I'm ask you nothing. Ain't nobody
All right.
asking.
Hey, before we go, one of my intros, I was talking about being reflective and making sure that we see ourselves for who God made us. And so right before I came on stage, praise and worship team exit left, lights go down, and we start playing Michael Jackson, The Man in the Mirror.
Uh-oh.
I'm asking him to change his ways. Then lights come up, I'm standing on stage with a mirror looking at myself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know I got a lot of kickback from that particular message because I played Michael Jackson and I also played Jeezy, Go Get It.
See.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Lovejoy, is the Facebook page still up for the church? Yeah.
No, man, I took that down.
You did? Okay, I was gonna say because you had some old sermons on there.
Yeah.
Of standing up there looking all Kirk Franklin-ish.
Yeah, with Kenny James on.
Yeah.
Kirk be fly now. I ain't gonna trip on it. That brother.
Hey, but did y'all see that one where whoever that was walking on the stage and they was like Kirk Franklin got caught looking at her butt?
I missed that.
That's a whole nother story. I won't get.
That's a whole nother story.
Hey,
what I find interesting, Lovejoy, is that the same pastor that told me I was playing overflow chords in there. We would begin service with the Jacksons. Can you feel it? Dum 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 dum. That's how we would be. That's how the musicians would begin service.
And he was okay with that.
And he was okay with that.
But you could
dun 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 Dun, 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 dun.
Dum, dum,
That was
dum.
our intro.
I remember that.
Intro to church.
That's nice.
I
I like
remember
that.
that.
Oh, I would have loved
That
that.
would probably be pretty dope for real. Like,
Huh?
Well, I know what I'm gonna do when I start my church. My intro is gonna
you do
be
what now?
What?
when I
You
start
do
my
what now?
church. My intro is gonna be
What?
ba-da-da, doom, ba-da-da, ba-da-da,
Five.
da-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, da-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba.
Dum, 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 dum.
There you go, Lord Joy. There you go, Lord Joy.
Oh, boy, I had a flashback, Mario.
Oh, love is written in the stone, baby.
Okay.
That's
so
gonna be my
I'm
intro.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That hurt too. By the way.
we gotta circle. We gotta circle back. Let's circle back for a minute. And let's go back to when you start your church.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We can't run past that.
Huh?
Right.
Uh,
What's that?
You know,
What-
my
what's
memory
it-
ain't what
what's
it
it gonna
used to
be
be. I
called?
don't. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said
you
that.
did.
You
I
said
don't know if I said that. My memory ain't what it used to be. So, you know, I need
You're
to
right,
start,
nigga,
I need to
that
start
hurt.
taking some fish oil tablets and stuff like that because my memory ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, it sounds fishy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. I'm just saying.
Hey man, are you saying something for real, Mario?
Hey, Mario got a little anointing in there, though. He got a little bit anointing in there.
Anointment.
I believe
Anointment.
that. I believe it.
Anointment.
I believe. I
You got a
just
little
want to know when the church started. I want to be at the first service.
I don't know.
See this.
I want to be sitting there just like this.
Right. I ain't gonna work.
You
Hey, look.
believe I'm gonna be there front and center in the front row.
Oh, you-
Sit
Hey, look.
right in the center.
I'm be like most church people. I ain't gonna get into praise and worship. I ain't gonna get into none of that. I just want to sit there and look and see
I
what
just want to sit there and look.
yeah, that's what y'all gonna do.
Just sit there and look.
Just
What's
sit
the
there.
time you
That's what
I'm
you gonna
going,
do.
I'm going live and everything. Y'all see this nigga?
Mm.
Y'all see this?
And while y'all sitting there looking and all that, I'll be like, don't worry about it. My doctrine is sound. You ain't got to check me.
I'm like, well, come on, Doc. Come on.
I'll give it to you. I'll line them up like boxcars and give them to you.
Uh-oh.
My exegesis and eisegesis will be Jesus. Huh?
Yeah.
What? Yes, sir. I'm gonna show you, bro. You better find somebody to play with.
Okay. Jeff, what you gonna say on stage? Y'all better find somebody to play with.
You better find somebody to play with. I'm not the one.
Hey man, let me know when your launch day. I'm coming.
Okay, I'll let you know. You're
you're not gonna be like James Heavy Duty, right?
What's that? What that is? What?
You claim it, but you don't never spit no bars.
You have a form of power.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
You got a form of godliness.
That's what you meant to say right there.
That's what I
Form
meant
of
to say.
God.
You got a form of godliness, but you know.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Call you Bishop Mario White Shoes Leonard.
Woo! Don't you start. But I'm gonna wear Chucks every Sunday.
And your feet gonna hurt every Sunday.
No, they ain't. I'm gonna put insoles in them. Put some gel inserts in them. Y'all gonna call me Pastor Chuck?
Hey man, we did church for an hour, and I think y'all know that, right? See,
You did
y'all
church.
know we did everything in the hour.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people came just to see that.
I believe
It be done in that amount of time.
Do we?
Everything. People came just to see because they was like, ain't no damn way. Not a black church.
Cause we got to get in there and G till somebody froth at the mouth.
Come on.
So in my ear, guys, I used to have the production team, and we had a production manager.
Oh, really?
Light down, lights up, red, go to black, pastor is up. And I could hear all this in my ear. So when I was on the stage, and they would say, Pastor, you got 5 minutes, wrap it up.
Dang.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
I like them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Or in front of me, the monsters would start flashing 5 minutes, just like that. The people couldn't see it, but they were saying, and they would type little jokes and stuff like, "Hey, Pastor, you're long-winded today.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Turn it down."
See,
Right.
Love Joy.
Huh?
That's not gospel.
Dang gospel.
That's CCM. That's CCM.
SECM, because in the gospel church,
because you can't tell the pastor nothing.
you
They
can't
say,
tell
look,
the pastor
they'll look at
nothing.
the timer and blow right through it.
and give you their first closing.
Right.
Give you your first closing. You
Yes,
got 4
sir.
of them. You got 4 of them.
I got 4 of them, and you already an hour and 15 minutes in.
That ain't
Right.
gospel. That's CC.
Oh yeah, that's it.
All right, y'all. It was a great time. We had a great time. Man, we got the shows now just gonna be an hour and a half, dude. We try to keep them at 45 minutes, but
Hey man, the painting.
Oh yeah, come on, talk about the painting right quick.
I don't know nothing about it.
You got work in the morning.
I don't know nothing about the painting. This one is sold though. This was a commission work.
It's already sold.
Yeah, so this one's already been sold. This is a custom for somebody, but
She
I
did.
don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about it.
She did that.
Yes.
When she posted on Facebook, I'm like, she did that one.
She gives me a Picasso vibe. The whole that's
Abstract.
Yeah, it's abstract.
Yeah,
I
it's
dig
the whole abstract
I
artist.
dig it.
And can I just interject this too? And I don't want to take any thunder away from Jesse with that. But again, guys, I got a 14-year-old businesswoman. She's 14 years old, and she's doing that too. She's painting, and we're going to get behind her. We already got a studio for her. We'll be paying her rent for a year. She's going to teach other young girls how to paint. She's selling art and things like that. So I really want to get behind little CC. I'm not sure Steve still have it, but now she had to present. Check this out. Yesterday, took in the conference room. She had to present her business and sell her business idea to us, and it was top notch. I'm so proud of her, proud of what she's doing, and didn't want to take any thunder away from Jesse, but I want to say that.
Too late. Let me just don't say it like I mean. Too late. Yeah.
What are you talking about, Mario?
All right, y'all, come on.
I didn't want to take no thunder away from Jesse. I'm like, too late.
Okay. So the mere fact that I said Jesse's name, that I wasn't trying to, it still put recognition back on Jesse.
Okay.
Old man.
Okay.
And then I slid up under that, and then I ended with, again, don't want to take any thunder away from Jesse. Great work, Jesse, but I just wanted to interject.
Oh, okay.
You see how I did that?
Right.
Interjection, shows excitement and emotion. All right,
hallelujah, guys. Hallelujah. Yeah. It's a whole two generations that don't even know what that is, Steve.
Right.
What y'all talking about?
Come on, Saturday morning cartoon?
Conjunction Junction, yeah.
Everybody watch that. You ate your Fruit Loop.
It's a whole look. How old you, James Fred?
I watched Conjunction. I'm 40. I'll be 46.
Okay, you just said you didn't know what that was. So see how you gonna lie? Liar.
Straight capping. You going to hell.
I mean,
your doctrine is not sound.
I can say something right now, but the show would last another 30 minutes, and I ain't gonna do it.
Good. Everybody, thank you for watching the 4 Black Guys show. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all guys next week. Peace.